Hi, welcome back to our second example for 7.2 compound interest. In this example, we're going to build off of the previous example. So it's titled Vary the Compounding Period. So we're going to look at Gaston's purchase, and we're going to see what happens when we vary the compounding period. Okay. So financial institutions often use other compounding periods rather than annual, okay, rather than per year. For example, semi-annual compounding means every 6 months. That's how mortgages are done. While quarterly compounding means every 3 months, and so on. So it says, refer to example 1. What will be the impact on the interest Gaston pays if the interest is compounded semi-annually or monthly? So let's look at part A first. So the principal is 650. Okay, the interest rate. Okay, it's compounded semi-annually. So my interest rate, if you remember from example 1, it was 12% per annum. So what that means is uh, that it was per year, compounded once a year. So now if we want to find the amount when it's compounded semi-annually, we need to get a semi-annual interest rate. So this is the interest rate per year. To get it per every 6 months or semi-annually, we need to divide this by 2. So it's going to be the 0.12 divided by 2, which is 0.06. Okay. So what this actually means is 6% every 6 months. Notice it's the same as 12% per year. 6% every 6 months. The difference is though is that the compounding happens twice as much with semi-annually. So how many times will a semi-annual investment or amount borrowed compound in 5 years? Well, it's going to compound 2 times per year to give us a total of 10 compounding periods. So let's substitute our values into our formula. Principal is 650, so nothing changed with that. So my interest rate is 0.06, and the number of compounding period is 10. So notice these are on the same frequency. Okay, the interest rate is semi-annual because I divided the 12 by 2. So it's a semi-annual interest rate, and the number of compounding periods is also semi-annual, 2 per year. So these always need to match up on the same frequency. You can't have a yearly interest rate, but then a semi-annual compounding period. They need to match up. So this won't be too much different than the example 1, but it will be different. So times my bracket, I have 1 plus 0.06, just 1.06. All that raised to the exponent 10. So $1,164.05. Okay, how does that compare to the amount that he owes if it's compounded annually? So it was 1,145. So if the compounding frequency is doubled, so basically every 6 months compared to every year, there's going to be a little bit more interest that will be paid out. Why is that? Well, it's because the interest was added after 6 months, and then that was compounded for the end of the year. So instead of it only compounding once every year, this one compounds twice. All right, monthly. What do you think is going to happen if it's now, we'll switch colors, if it's compounded monthly? Well, we have the same principle. By interest rate, I got to take that 12% per year and I need to make it monthly. That means I should divide it by 12. So 0.12 over 12. That's kind of like 12 over 12, but move the decimal place over 2, you get 0.01. How many compounding periods is that? Well, it's 12 per year times 5 years, 60. Okay, how much will he owe this time? Well, the interest is added to the principal more frequently. So the interest rate, it looks less, but it's compounding a lot more. So we should see something a bit bigger, not too much bigger, but 1.01 to the exponent 60, 1180. Okay, so without even changing the interest rate, okay, just by changing the compounding period, the amount of interest that you pay will go up. So the higher that it's compounded, the higher rate, the more interest you pay, because you're basically paying interest on the interest that you made in the previous term or period. So, do you guys know the compounding frequency for credit cards? For a credit card, so their interest rates are compounded daily. Okay, probably should be illegal, but they're compounded daily. So always be careful getting a credit card. All right, that's actually it for example two. We have just one more example, and then that will be it for this lesson. So we'll see you soon.